Should we clap to do like the in or anything? But we're rolling. All right. Nailed it. Hello and welcome to Bringing the Heat. In this video, we're answering all of your burning questions about the town of Flower Mound while working through some of the spiciest hot sauces around. I'm your host, Justin Hobbs. Our guests today know something about heat. I'm joined by Flower Mound Fire Chief Paul Henley and Division Chief Brandon Barth. Welcome, thank you both for joining us. How do you guys do with spicy food?
Not well.
Not well, good.
We'll see how this goes. With ketchup.
Yes. Ketchup, okay. Yeah. These are worse than that, so this will be fun.
Yes.
Also, let's just jump in with a little bonus question. I see we've gone with the boneless wings for you, Chief Henley.
That's right.
And your wings are different. Tell us about your wings.
I'm told they're cauliflower.
Why would you do that?
I'm really not a wing person.
You're not a wing person.
So they offered an exception, and I figured I would be a guinea pig and try that exception.
Okay, so those are cauliflower.
Yeah, so I will let you know. Maybe it changes the heat.
All right, yeah, we'll find out. All right, so our first sauce we're gonna work with today is the classic hot sauce. Classic hot sauce, the description here says the classic is back. That is just a traditional hot sauce. It's 1,800 Scoville heat units. That's gonna be the one closest to you guys, the one closest to me. So let's try these. Yep, you guys know which ones are one. You numbered yours, I numbered mine. Let's
hope we didn't get them mixed up.
Cheers. Let's see what we can do.
All right.
Talk.
It's actually pretty good.
It's classic. Mm-hmm.
How's the sauce treating you though?
Pretty good.
Good heat. Would you say there's any heat really to speak of?
I'm not sweating yet.
You're not sweating yet. Good.
This is very nice. This is like what I would expect if you ordered like a buffalo sauce or something like that.
Well, there you go.
Very good.
So let's start with our first question. Since 2015, the fire department has seen a more than 50% increase in volume of calls for service. How does the fire department keep up with that increase?
So a lot of it's planning, right? So early on we forecast population growth, we forecast density, we look at where we think the need's gonna be and what the need's gonna be. So we're an all hazards department with 60% plus being EMS. And so we gotta make sure there's enough ambulances. And that's really where our increase is coming from, right? Is the EMS side. So it's really forecasting growth. We've gotten 2 new stations since 2015.
Correct, as well as an additional engine company on top of that.
Yeah. And so now we're looking at a permanent home for Station 6 on the west side. And then as growth happens, where is 8 going to come into play, station number 8. So that helps us make sure that we meet the needs of the citizens well before the need is there, if that makes sense.
That does. Well, good. Well, let's, all right, you wrapped up that first wing. Mm-hmm. All right, let's try number 2. Number 2 is Dawson's hot sauce, Cedar smoked garlic. This one's 7,000 Scoville heat units, so a little increase.
So we're going from 1,800 to 7,000.
7,000.
I don't really smell the cedar.
All right, here we go. Not a fan.
Not a fan? All right, now that you have the flavor, are you sensing any of that cedar? Because I am.
It has some sort of aftertaste.
Okay. Well,
I do like the wax dip.
The wax dip tip, yeah.
It's kind of like some Maker's Mark.
Sauce is right there.
Little hotter.
Yeah, that one's got a little more heat to it. So question number 2, what are some of the most common things residents can do to reduce the risk of a fire starting in their home?
Well, right now we're getting ready to head into our winter season in Texas, albeit usually a short season. But if you have a wood-burning fireplace, you have your have your fireplace inspected and cleaned. Keep 3 feet, combustibles 3 feet away from space heaters. Don't overload electrical outlets. And my lips are hot.
Be careful when you cook in the kitchen, as always. You know, grease fires are prevalent. In the winter, the oven gets used maybe more. So yeah, you just got to make sure that situation awareness in whatever you're doing. When you snuggle up with the electric blanket, make sure it has an auto off feature, or you don't have it near things that could catch on fire, right? It's just making sure we're prudent about fire safety. And so, that's our mission, community education, fire safety, and those sorts of things. And we're trying to take a message that is an old message for fire safety and kind of give it a resurgence into a fresh new life in what I call edutainment. This is a big piece of that, right? So how we can entertain as well as educate, that's what we want to do. So everybody, please, during the winter season, be careful.
Very good.
Can you see the sweat yet?
Not yet, but I feel it over here. I feel you.
All right, our number 3 sauce. This is gonna be the Clark & Hopkins Calabria. It's got chili, sun-dried tomato, and garlic. And this one is gonna have a Scoville heat rating of 15,700. So double what we just had.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be great.
So let's give this one a shot. Let's see where we're going.
Cheers.
Ow.
They battered that one pretty thick.
Woo!
It was congealed like a syrup.
A little extra sauce on that one. What are your thoughts on the flavor for this sauce?
Not bad. Better than number 2.
I do like the flavor. Unless it hasn't hit me yet. This one I actually felt was hotter on my lips than this one.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Hang on, I'm gonna have to go to the little sweat towel here.
All right, that's good. So question number 3. While the title of the job is firefighter, our town's firefighters do so much more than just fight fires. What are some of the other big jobs that they tackle?
Well, as Chief mentioned, over 60% of our calls are EMS related, so our firefighters are all paramedic or EMTs. And so serving in the EMS capacity is one of the biggest things that they do day in and day out.
Yeah, and so we're all hazards, as I mentioned before. So that's high angle, low angle rescue. That's vehicle extrication. That's welfare checks, that much like our PD does as well. But a lot of EMS, and that's why prevention is so important to me. Not only fire prevention, safety, how we be safe, but also disease prevention and how we can teach somebody the manners of diabetes or their disease process, so we can help them improve their quality of life. We're all about that. So there is the response component, and we're always will be reactive because you call, we come, right? However, I'd like to see us get more proactive, and then if we can stop something before it happens, that's better for everybody.
Even if it's our guys going out and helping install a pull-up bar in a bathroom for a elderly resident that keeps sliding and landing on the floor and needing help getting up.
So a big part, to answer your question, is education. We want to educate at every opportunity. We don't just want to keep responding, which we will do all day long, right? But we want to educate so people can improve their quality of life. That's a big piece of what we do.
Well, very good. Well, let's improve our quality of life with the next wing. This is the Angry Goat Pepper Company.
Oh, that can't be good.
The Phoenix, which has
angry.
cantaloupe, melon, and Scotch bonnet, which I know for a fact are hot. There are 39,000 Scoville heat units, which is
the cantaloupe.
It smells rather sweet. Do you waft it like a wine?
Just ready.
Yeah, I can feel it.
It's odd.
odd is a good description.
Hot in the back of my throat.
Yep. Tongue's a little hot.
I mean, the good news is,
Hug.
before we started filming, you did say your goal was to make it here. And I think you succeeded.
I have.
And my goal is for you to make it here. And so I think you can do it.
So my daughter this morning was like, "Hey Dad, what time are you doing that hot wing thing?" And I was like, 2 o'clock. She's like, "I want to see if the teacher can turn it on in the classroom." I was like, "It's not live TV." Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, I'll let you power through that a little bit. What would you say is the most common call the fire department responds to? And how avoidable do you think those incidents are?
Well, I think you're about to see the most common call when they come get me off the floor.
Yeah.
EMS.
EMS.
It is EMS, and part of what I was alluding to and Brandon alluded to in the last one was my thesis is on community paramedicine, and what that is how we can help improve quality of life, disease process management, as well as going above and beyond, so that we can teach someone to be better at staying healthy. So with education, those calls would diminish, of course, right? Saving the taxpayer money. But to Brandon, I use the example all the time for my guys, is if you're out there and Mrs. Smith keeps falling, and we're running on her 10, 12, 15 times a month. That's not good for her. And so how do we fix the problem? Let's not treat the symptoms. Let's cure wherever we can. So community paramedicine is a piece of that. Let's figure out what it is that's triggering it, fix it. The call volume is reduced, her quality of life is improved, we save the town money and resources, and so it's a win-win.
Very good.
I think your Louisiana upbringing must be helping your mouth, because I'm just breathing fire every time I exhale.
It's not. It's all about command presence, Brandon.
There you go.
I'm just sitting here like, I'm having a hard time just regulating my breathing.
Well, so speaking of, let's go to wing number 5. Wing number 5 is going to be Los Calientes, which means the hots, if I understand correctly. Mm-hmm. Let's give that one a shot.
You ready?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It tastes like the hot sauce at a Mexican food restaurant.
Like a Tapatio or similar, yep.
There's the heat.
It's not very heat forward, but it's there.
You all right? Yeah. Need some more milk?
I actually think the Phoenix was hotter for me.
Well, there you go. So, question number 5.
Hey, I just want to say I've made it further than my goal.
You've exceeded your goal, and
I've exceeded expectations.
So proud, Brandon.
You're gonna make it all the way to the end. So, number 5. What should drivers do when they see and hear a fire engine or other emergency vehicle with their lights and sirens on?
Well, first of all, if they could safely move to the right, that would be ideal. Some people freak out, slam on the brakes, go left, don't move. Those are not good because then it's causing reaction time.
So the thing you want is if you're going the same direction as the fire truck and you see the fire truck in your rear view mirror, is safely pull to the right.
Yes.
If you can, don't stop.
Don't stop in that lane. And then the same thing, if you're approaching a parked emergency vehicle, trying to slow down and move over is also, allow that extra space for the responders that are working on the roadway.
Yeah. And be situation aware. So don't just automatic do that. Make sure, especially in intersections, be safe, because we don't want another accident caused while we're responding. And one of the things we're trying to do in this budget process is we got an awareness to navigation systems and to a popular app called Waze that, hey, Flower Mound is on scene. So your navigation devices should let you know we're there to try to increase safety.
Awesome. Very good. So for number 6, we have the Queen Majesty Coco Ghost Hot Sauce. This is made, evidently the label says it's made in New York City.
No.
So, yeah, you have selected the wrong one.
This is 6.
You don't want to eat that one right now.
Are you sure?
We're very sure.
Wait, positive?
I think
that looks like
I think a producer, producer would tell us no.
Okay.
We're all gonna do this one.
Okay.
Which should be the Coco Ghost, which is 71,000 Scoville heat units.
It smells kind of sweet, but it also smells like pepper spray too.
You've had pepper spray?
Oh.
Are you feeling it a little bit?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh God. That's hot.
It is. Well,
Yours was this big. I've got like a pound of beef over here.
So while you
Chicken.
so while you work on that,
Mystery meat.
I'll ask the next question. Number 6. Every couple of years, the fire department conducts a burn at the Flower Mound. Why do we do that? And how does it help protect the namesake of our town?
So one of the big things is the mound is the blackland prairie. So fire is one of the natural ways to have the seeds spring from the plants and have the prairie grasses grow that are out there, as well as the prairie flowers. Also, buffalo grazing would be one of those things, but obviously we don't have a whole lot of bison grazing the mound these days. Also, it allows our guys a great training opportunity, because you put something on fire, 7 to 10 acres on fire in between a neighborhood, a state highway, and a commercial strip center. The stakes are a little higher to make sure you've crossed your T's, dotted your I's. Man, the after kick is coming up. That is hot.
Yeah.
It also provides a lot of defensible spaces, right? So anytime we have what we call WUI or a wildland urban interface, you want to manage that appropriately so structures are not threatened. Seen so many deployments that Brandon's been in charge of getting our people around the state because of the wildfire threat. And here we manage this burn. And so it's called a controlled burn for a reason. We manage it, we're there, we make sure nothing goes awry so that the mound will become and grow back healthier than it was before we burn it.
All right. Well, let's move on to our next wing. The company name.
With the milk.
Yep.
I'm on my second glass.
Yep. We weren't going to tell anybody, but
Yeah.
that's
well,
okay.
hey,
They say it does the body good. I'm not a milk fan. But
Yeah. Mine is going to stay there until I really, really need it. So
it's quelching the flames in my mouth. Like a nice blanket.
like a nice blanket of
Yeah.
milk.
I wish there was a snow pile outside. I could just jump in head
We
first right now.
could probably arrange 4 snow cones.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll all 3 go for snow cones after this.
Yeah.
I think that would be a pretty good photo op we should do.
I think we should do that. I think communication should pay for it.
I mean, that's only fair.
Yes.
So our next sauce is the 13 Angry Scorpions.
Ooh.
That is the company name. The actual title of this variety of sauce is Jekyll and Hyde.
I don't like where this is going.
So, but this one's gonna be 109,000 Scoville heats.
Whoa.
So let's give that one a shot and
I think it's
see-
about time to take the shirt
That's
off. I'm
6
sweating a
digits.
lot around this collar.
If you need to disrobe, I'll leave that up to you.
Woo. Oh, okay.
What do you got? Oh, it's just more shirts
Just
with your
more
name on
shirt,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Wasn't going to be that interesting.
Okay. Well, you know.
Okay. All right.
We're gonna have 13 angry scorpions and an angry deputy chief.
So thoughts on that flavor? Nothing.
Nothing.
I think it might Jekyll and Hyde us. I think that it's
Maybe.
the title,
Maybe.
so it might surprise us. Well, okay. Well, while it sneaks up on us,
It hasn't snuck up on you yet because it snuck up on me pretty quick.
I think they're all sneaking up on you a little faster than they are on us.
Yeah.
During wildfire season, the fire department is often deployed and working closely with other municipalities to put out fires all across Texas and the country.
There it is.
You found it? There you go.
There it goes.
Yeah. I did.
How important is it to have that working relationship with other fire departments?
Huge. It's vastly important, not only in what we do every day, because some incidents take more resources than a city or a town may have. So we got to be interdependent. Our deployments have been huge because other communities need our help. And one thing I'm proud of Flower Mound for doing is consistently being there when called, whether it's our ambush asset, or whether it's our brush trucks going, or whether it's our personnel going to serve on another brush truck, right? They are taking care of other communities while we keep the home fires burning.
Yeah. It's a great training environment too for our guys to have these experiences. Holy. As you would say, holy Hannah.
I think you hit it. That it did Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah, that one's a serious
My
one.
face is burning. Not my mouth, my
Yeah,
face.
your
I
face
want to
itself.
apologize to the 13 angry scorpions
Yeah.
for dissing your sauce. I'm paying for that now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow, my lips are on fire.
awesome. Well, very good. Well, let's move on to number 8. Number 8 is Da Bomb Evolution hot sauce. Not a whole lot more description there other than the sauce is extremely hot, keep out of reach of children. Seems like
Then
good advice.
I can't have it. Sorry.
Yep. This one's going to be 135,000.
What was that last one?
109. So this is just an incremental increase of just a little bit.
One more step back.
Yeah, just no big deal. All right,
Oh, man.
grab it up. Let's see how it is.
I'm glad these are boneless. Thanks again to the crew for supporting us. And that's hot.
This pot, this is pretty thick. Oh, yeah. Little squirming action over here.
When there's not an emergency, what are some of the things Flower Mound firefighters do while they're on shift?
So every firefighter that comes in, I give them a speech. And it's an expectation speech. And I talk about a few things. One, we're going to deliver unsurpassed patient care and uncompromised customer service at every interaction. That's one. Two is we'll be combat ready. Mind, body, spirit, equipment. And so a lot of that, when they're not on a call, is meeting those things through number three, which is training. That is hot, people. So
That is so hot.
So through training,
What have you done?
I say practice makes. They say practice makes perfect. I say practice makes permanent. And so we train. We to be so good we can't mess up, right? We want it to be second nature. So mainly training, community education events, and some other things that we do while they're downtown.
Very good. Well, this is starting to get to you guys, I can tell. So we'll just keep
This one's hot.
plugging along. Number 9.
Tell me about it.
This is from the Pucker Butt Pepper Company.
That can't be good.
That's not a great sign. This is the extra mean green. And guys, I'm gonna warn you.
I'm puckering already.
So that last sauce was 135,000 Scoville heat units. This one's 702,000. So this is gonna be not great. Let's just prepare for that. It's not gonna get better. I'm gonna prepare you. It's only gonna get worse from here.
Oh,
So to temper that a little bit, the question is,
I had. Oh, my gut is not happy with all this milk.
we're almost there.
Dude.
Firefighters and mustaches have a rich and storied history. Who in the department do you think has the best mustache? Let's do the wing, and then you can tell me.
I'm scared.
I think I'll be sick of my own.
I'm scared. All right. Well, it's not Brandon and I, obviously. And this is probably going to even stunt our growth even more. But there's Firefighter Goldsberry that has a beautiful mustache. There is Firefighter Bob that's got a very nice mustache.
Hopefully these are being put on the screen as this is happening.
And the miracle of our
I bet it's
communications department-
happening.
Jesse Winger has put in a pretty good mustache lately.
Yeah.
Who would you say is like your because you'll have a traditionally good mustache. Who's like your mustache MVP? Who's got the most outrageous, elaborate mustache?
Outrageous is probably John Wright because it looks like a filter because it catches all the food. Oh,
Chief?
Here we go. Oh, holy Hannah. We've got some pretty elaborate ones.
when
ones
they
that
have
grow
to
'em and
carry
do
the
the-
wax.
Yeah.
I think Daniel Pierce is waxing his pretty regularly. I think Kevin Thomas does as well. Brad Parrish had a pretty good looking mustache when he got back to.
Well, they all have a whole bunch after deployments. They're all hairy after deployments. Now, for us, unlike PD, we cannot grow any facial hair in this region because that's how our mask seals, right? And so the mask has to seal. So our job in admin is making sure as that mustache creeps down, they can still get a seal on their mask. So
All right.
that was hot.
Well,
It still is hot.
it's about to get hotter.
I couldn't do it.
Okay. Are you going to join us on this last one? I think this little corner right
I did
here.
only take one bite of that.
Yeah.
I only took one bite of that, and I'm still paying for it.
Well,
I do feel a little dizzy, and I think my gut's mad for the amount of milk I've drank.
Well,
We should have took some bottles before and after.
that would be.
I can tell you right now that my blood pressure is
pretty
rather
good.
escalated.
Well, what I'll do is I'm going to ask the last question. This last wing has already been sauced. We're each going to then put a little extra dab on there.
Why would we do that?
Crazy.
You know, I don't make the rules. I just enforce.
That's like you know.
So we're going to do it. It's going to be great. And then you're going to tell us all these good things. You can actually start before you start eating because this is an important question I want people to know. So What are some upcoming events where citizens can get out and interact with firefighters?
Well, open house is coming up in October the 8th. So the second Saturday. We'll have it at Station 5 again this year. We encourage everybody to come out there. Oh, crazy, man.
Only because I'm a rule follower.
Yep.
And
Can't help it.
I don't have to coat it, right?
No, just a dab, just an extra drop.
And then I can eat the other side.
Oh no, that drop, you gotta eat the drop, so.
It dropped twice.
It dropped twice, that's unfortunate.
Can I dab yours?
Oh yeah, he can do it, he can do it. We'll have it there as an option for him. Whew. But so open house, what else?
So our
Stations are always open.
Yes. And our safe team this year, our clowns, are getting back in the schools. And that's exciting. And so they have a Minion themed show this year that they're practicing and rehearsing. So I'm excited to see that. Stations are always open. They are community stations and we want you to come by. We'll give tours and whatever we need to do so you can see what your fire stations look like. So
Very good.
those are two upcoming that we know that we're planning because Fire Prevention Week is in October, second week in October. So that's a busy time for us for community education for sure.
I really want to know your palate and how and why it's so strong.
I don't have a great answer. I like spicy food and,
I do not.
I just, I'm managing. Yeah, I'm all good.
Wow.
There's a lot in that one. There's a lot happening there. So
I do see you starting to get a little bit warm, but I can.
yeah, there's a little.
I feel it like coming down my face.
Yeah, I always say when I'm eating spicy food that a really good indication that something is appropriately spicy is you get a little sweat
on
off
the
your
scalp.
head right in through here, and you can
Yeah.
sort of feel that happening. I have that happening, so this worked out pretty well for me. Did you? Just sorry to interrupt, but did you get a chance to take a little nibble out of that last one?
I haven't brought the courage
Okay.
up.
Where do you think you're at? Do you think you can swing it? It's
We got you, Brandon.
It's just one little piece, and I can do the outro with you on the floor. It's okay. So.
That is hot.
We'll work with James to see if we can get him some time off for the rest
Yeah,
of the
I mean, if he, needs a little extra time.
That is really hot.
To the residents, this is very hot.
Yeah.
It is very hot. And thank you, because I think you did a wonderful job. Great questions.
Thank you, sir. Yes, lovely
stay in
support
there.
from Tag Communications on giving us all this lovely food. And
Yes.
I didn't have to buy lunch today, so that's a plus.
Same here. Same here.
Gentlemen, I want to thank you very much for putting your bodies on the line and answering our questions. On that note, is there anything else that you need the citizens to know from you?
A couple things. One, we have an outstanding communications department. Putting this together, getting the word out. Again, I told them we'll do anything for community education.
Even
if
embarrass ourselves.
If it's painful or embarrasses myself, and I've been known to sing and dance, not very well. But I do want the residents to know this is their fire department. We got 7 stations that serve them. We'll be having more stations as growth happens, but they're your fire stations. Come visit us. Help us be better for you because we want to be the best for you because you guys deserve it.
Excellent.
Brandon, anything for you?
It is very hot.
Well,
There's a fire in my mouth.
Yes.
well, once again, thank you both, and thank you for joining us on Bringing the Heat.
Thanks.
We need a way to get out of this.
All right, let's start over. Start with number 1.